In recent years, many of you will have received test kits in the post for bowel cancer screening. It's part of a public health campaign aimed at the over 50s to catch more cases early. But doctors are becoming increasingly worried about the rise in the number of young people being diagnosed with the disease. Jason Om and Emily Jane Smith report.
I was just scrolling through Reddit and I just found a post along the lines of I'm going to the bathroom or the toilet 4 or 5 times a day. Is that normal or something like that? And I read the comments and a lot of the comments were saying you should go and see a doctor. And it sort of got me thinking that actually I've probably been going to the toilet maybe 5 or 6 times a day more recently.
It's not often some casual browsing can lead to life-changing health advice.
I thought I'll do what the comments say and I'll book in for a doctor's appointment when I finish work.
For Jake Usher, it turned out to be far more serious.
I booked in with the GP and I told him my very, mild symptoms, and he immediately said, we'll send you in for a colonoscopy, which I immediately thought was a little bit overkill for, a bit of an itchy bum and going to the toilet more regularly than normal. I was fully expecting the GP to basically say, here's some cream, lay off the beers for a week or 2 and maybe have a salad for lunch. At no point was I thinking it was going to be as serious as bowel cancer.
Jake's work as a fly-in, fly-out worker in Western Australia came to a halt, the cancer spreading from his colon to his liver.
I couldn't verbalise it. It was really hard to say the words, listen, I've got cancer. I remember the phone call with my dad. I reckon it was probably a full minute of me not being able to say anything, just because I just couldn't say those words. I think I was just, worried about dropping such a big bomb on your friends and family, and it was tough.
Take it from me, I was diagnosed with bowel cancer at the age of 31. You're never too young for bowel cancer.
Jake's now turned his diagnosis into a campaign to make younger people aware of early onset bowel cancer.
All right, so I've decided I want to name my little chemo pump.
So I think we've got a winner for the chemo pump naming challenge, Donald Pump. Since I've started chemo, I've felt like an absolute beast, like a freaking lion. Mainly just because I want to sleep 18 to 20 hours a day.
I was one of the ones that sort of thought bowel cancer is an old person's disease.
Chemo, cycle 1, day 1, here we go. On our way to the clinic.
I think because I know him as a person and I know how lovable he is and how funny and genuine he is, I knew that would come across in TikTok.
I think this is probably the main reason I'm fighting so hard.
I think in general, no matter how bad a fart is, you can usually stand it if it's your own. But this is like someone else is using my ass to fart and I'm just there to cop it. Because I've got a lowered immune system at the moment, I'm trying to stay away from densely populated areas, but I think that's more for the safety of the public at the moment. Anyway, that's some information I bet you didn't know you needed.
I can't imagine what it would be like not to have him so positive and his equality that he's always had. It's not just happened now because cancer. He's always had that. And I love that about him.
People made me cry.
I know, I could hear you tearing up and I was like, oh, now I'm going to tear up. Let me hold your hand.
Today, Jake is heading off for another round of chemotherapy with his wife, Lisa.
Hi, morning, Jacob. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yes. And today, another day of treatment, huh?
Another one.
As a partner, you want to take a worry off your partner who's going through it. You want to take away the pain. You want to be in that position. Instead, you do anything to take that off them.
I'm about to shave my chest again.
The nurses all love Jake. They come and see him.
It's not too bad today, but in 3 days' time when it comes off.
We have a bit of fun here as well. Like, if you don't laugh, you cry. And trust me, we've had a lot of tears.
About 1,600 younger Australians are diagnosed with bowel cancer each year. But that number is on the rise, with 1 in 10 new bowel cancer cases among those under 50.
At the moment, we're not entirely sure why. There may be a variety of reasons, including lifestyle changes, people having more sedentary lifestyle, less exercise, change in the diet.
So do yourself a favour, if you have any signs or symptoms, as mild as they might be, constipation, change in bowel habits, narrow stool, excessive gas, fatigue, especially if you've got blood in your stool, go and see a doctor.
Okay guys, so keep those smiles going for Bowel Cancer Australia.
But Jake and other younger advocates say their voices aren't being heard. And last month they went to Canberra to lobby the federal government to do more.
I wonder whether I can add my words of welcome to the Never Too Young group from Bowel Cancer Australia. They've been sharing their stories with members across the chamber.
They want GPs to pay more attention to younger people who may have symptoms.
It's a great opportunity that, myself, Bowel Cancer Australia and the 50 other advocates have got to come here and I guess tell our stories.
I was diagnosed with stage 3 bowel cancer at age 38.
I was diagnosed with stage 2 bowel cancer when I was 5 months pregnant.
I was diagnosed 2 days before turning 40.
Campaigners also want the National Bowel Cancer Screening Program to be expanded to include free home testing kits for people between 45 and 50.
By extending that age group, hopefully, we'll be able to save more lives or at least find it earlier. Like I say, bowel cancer is one of the most treatable if it's caught early.
As Jake's campaigning continues, he's enjoying some positive news about his cancer.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer exactly 250 days ago. My most recent PET scan results have showed that there is no evidence of any active cancer cells.
Doing these videos, I could be someone's Reddit post, and it sort of made me think I could actually make a difference.
It's been amazing, and yeah, we'll keep going.